Alright, y'all. So the Avatar Seven Havens trailer just dropped and was not expecting that at all. But yo, this looks awesome. First of all, I love Korra's Elder design. That just looks amazing, looks great. She's in Avatar state. We don't know what happened there. Got all this big apocalyptic stuff going on, all these like big storms, these dust clouds. There's that little teaser right at the end where that little square thing just rises up and kind of looking like it's got some Vatu energy to it. See that one airbender girl, we see the two protagonist meeting for the first time. See a little bit of a flashback, and there's this narration about ancestors not being ready and everything like that. So first thing, the first thing I really talk about is that logo. Because before the Avatar Last Airbender logo looked kind of like ancient script with a brush, and then Korra looked the same, but this one looks really really technological. We saw more technology in Legend of Korra because it was kind of later on in time, but this looks like really advanced. Like there was a hoverboard in one scene. So I'm wondering, the first thing that could kind of make me wonder is how long did Korra actually live? Because usually these avatars can live for a long time. Kyoshi lived for a while, but Kuruk died really young. Aang died relatively young. So it makes me wonder how long Korra was alive before this new avatar came along, because the technology is so far advanced, and she wasn't even old enough to drink really in the old series. So I wonder how long she was alive. Maybe she was alive for maybe 70, 100 years or so for technology to advance this far. And then, of course, it doesn't seem like, I don't think she would just suddenly turn evil or anything like that, and this was her fault, but they're making it seem that way. But how long was she around before, all this stuff was happening? Like, did she try to contain it? Did she try to stop it? We don't really know. So I just wonder how long she was alive for all this technology to advance. We see earth bending, air bending, and fire bending, but we don't really see, of course, too much other stuff because everything's pretty much kind of destroyed and apocalyptic. I'm thinking that maybe it has something to do with, of course, the spirit portals being open, and maybe the spirits kind of overwhelming the humans, since not everyone can, I guess, get along with spirits. Plus, spirits respond to your energy. So if you have evil people, it's going to be evil spirits, maybe something like that. Maybe they trace it all back to Korra because she opened the spirit portals, trying to restore balance. But, maybe that backfired because, of course, there's good and bad consequences to every decision, of course. So I wonder just how long Korra was alive, how long until this new avatar came along and figured this out. Of course, how the whole twin thing is going to work. So that might have something to do with, maybe they're trying to bring back the past lives through one having Rava or Vatu, or both make some kind of connection or something like that. The cause of all these storms or spirit storms, whatever kind of storms they are. And just the time skip. I want to see what happened with Korra, what was going on with her life, other than the comics and post the show and everything else. So it looked really really interesting. A lot a lot of questions. Just a lot of questions. Between Avatar Aang coming out, the Avengers Doomsday trailer coming out earlier this week, and this coming out. Like, man, it's awesome. I'm excited. I'm really excited.